Hi guys, it's the morning of the solstice. I didn't do my kind of greeting of the sun today because the solstice is at 11 o'clock this evening, and so the kind of rebirth of the sun will be happening, to my mind, and I think most people would agree, tomorrow morning. So today is just going to be the sort of beginning of the festivities, kind of culminating in tonight, in my ritual tonight, this evening, and then I'll be going out to watch the sunrise tomorrow morning. Hopefully it won't be raining or too cloudy or anything. So I've just finished doing my morning meditation kind of routine. Excuse me. Ordinarily, it would still be kind of dark while I'd be doing this, but today I got up very late and was hungry, so I had to have my breakfast first and all that kind of thing. So it's actually midday now. I did some sort of solstice celebration things yesterday. I had a couple of friends over, my kind of two best female friends over, for mince pies and mulled wine, and that was really wonderful and nice, and it was really lovely to catch up with them and have a lovely kind of Christmassy, nice chatty kind of afternoon. And then I met another friend in the evening, and we ended up having rather too much to drink and staying up fairly late. So I'm a bit tired now today, but if I need to take a nap at some point in the afternoon, I will, so that I'm perky again for the ritual this evening. So yeah, this is the view from where I sit when I'm doing my meditation in the morning, and of course in the evening as well. But I don't have a huge amount planned for today. I'm going to be doing a little bit of Christmas shopping and swapping presents with a friend, and that's pretty much about it. I might go for a walk in the park, but I'll be doing that again tomorrow anyway. I go for a walk or a run every day, generally in a park, a kind of green place with trees or something like that, for exercise and also for, my sanity. I like to get out into a nice kind of green space every day, and I have the luxury of being able to do that in both from my own place where I live. There are a couple of different nice little parks around, and then my parents' house as well is close to a lot of places like that, so that's really nice. I had great plans to go to Newgrange tomorrow morning for the rebirth of the sun kind of thing. I think I mentioned that in a previous vlog video or something, or maybe my altar video on my altar, but that's not going to be happening, mostly because I just feel very emotionally exhausted, and the prospect of organising that and doing that actually just seemed like more emotional stress than I need right now. I kind of feel like I really need a very low key kind of solstice. I am expecting that I'm going to spend quite a lot of hours in ritual in sacred space this evening. I think that's going to be important for me this year. But if I had my own car and I could just drive myself out there, I could just kind of get up tomorrow morning really early and just see how I felt. But it's something, like I've repeatedly said, it's something that I would have to kind of organise with my parents, and they're very busy and stuff as well, so I just decided to let that one slide. So yeah, I'll be talking to you again probably during the day, definitely before and maybe after ritual tonight, and then I'll bring you along with me when I go to watch the sunrise tomorrow morning. Hopefully it won't be raining, and share that with you, and then any other little thoughts and experiences that I have over the course of the 2 days. Hi again. The sun has just set, so for me that marks the beginning of the solstice, because like I said, the solstice will be happening at 11 p.m. GMT. And so tonight is the longest night of the year, and so I marked the setting of the sun by lighting a candle and talking a little bit, speaking a few words about my experiences, what's going on with me this winter solstice, and what I'm hoping to experience this night during ritual, and tomorrow when we are experiencing we're going to be experiencing a really significant energy of rebirth, as I'm sure all of you are aware that we have a new moon tomorrow as well. So a new moon corresponding with the day when the light is reborn, when the days start to get longer again here in the Northern Hemisphere. That is really, really significant to me. I'm not hugely into the lunar cycles in terms of really buying into the idea that they have any physical effect on the body or any sort of supernatural effect or anything like that. But I do think that psychologically it really is quite potent. It is a very strong sort of symbolism. So that is quite a big thing for me. And I have a very strong affinity with the dark moon. I've been very, very emotionally all over the place for the last couple of weeks. I feel like this winter solstice is sort of 2 weeks ago it felt like it was going to be a time of immense joy and hope and renewal and stuff like this and stuff like that. This week has been much more difficult, and I'm kind of sitting more now with the feeling, with the experience of the longest night more than the sort of the rebirth of the morning, a sort of dark night of the soul. And I have a feeling that I have a feeling it's going to be a very intensely emotional kind of ritual. I have a sense that I'm probably going to mostly sit and talk and probably cry. There's a lot of releasing that began quite aptly around sound for me that is coming to a head now. And I think I kind of erroneously thought that the painful process of that releasing had been gone through, or not even that it was necessarily over, but that I was okay with it, or that it wasn't going to affect me as much as I thought. But that's all kind of hitting home now in a really major way, particularly today. That has all really started to hit home. And yeah, it's just a tough time in my life right now. So it's sorry, this is really rambly. And I know I feel with this Sabbath vlog, similar to Samhain, I feel like maybe it's going to be a little bit more negative, or that I'm kind of, I'm definitely in a much more kind of emotionally fragile, negative place than I usually am. Just a difficult place. But I kind of just feel like talking about how that reflects in my spiritual practice. And I think sometimes it's important to talk about the difficulties and the difficult periods in our lives as well, when we're talking about the effect on our spiritual practice, the effect of our spiritual practice on those emotions and those experiences. Because we don't, our spiritual practice absolutely does not exist in a void. It's not some ascetic sort of, or to me anyway, it's not this removed thing from the rest of my life. It's not this sort of place that I just go and connect and that has nothing to do with the rest of my life or my emotional experience. Of course not. Like, it's intimately connected with everything that's going on within for me, and it is a tool of healing and growth as much as a tool of reverence and connection. And the two things, I've had quite like mixed feelings over the years about how those two things combine, and I might make a video or a blog post about that at some point, because I feel like they're two slightly different things, the reverential side and the sort of emotional health, well-being, personal development kind of side of things. But actually, more and more I feel like the two of them just kind of tie in together, that it's all just sort of an expression of the human experience. And you're only ever going to experience the divine from the perspective of your human psyche and your heart. And obviously, whatever is going on within you emotionally, psychologically, is that is how you are connecting to the divine, because that's what's happening. That's what's happening in your brain. So there's no kind of separating the two, I think. And I also think that the more in tune you can get with the inner workings of your mind and your emotions and everything, the better you can connect, because you're just getting more attuned to your own kind of humanity and your own consciousness. And personally, I think that that's the only way that you can really achieve a sort of deep connection outwards is by achieving a deep connection inwards. It's all an expansion of consciousness, and an expansion in consciousness one way tends to sort of be reflected the other way, because it's all kind of one and the same to me. I don't know if that's making any sense. So yeah, I haven't anything planned out for the ritual, but I think I will probably be, I might like pick some candles to light. I might do some sort of working. I'm not exactly sure what that might entail. I'm definitely going to leave out paper and pens and maybe art materials, and tarot decks and boxes and oils and herbs and stuff like that out to hand, so that in the moment, if I feel like something needs to be done, something needs to be written down, something needs to be sealed away, something needs to be burned, whatever it is, that can be done in the moment. But mostly I'm going to be letting it be very organic. Definitely going to sort of set up sacred space in my usual kind of manner. And then, yeah, just kind of see how it all unfolds. The candle that I've lit now, I'm going to leave that lighting for the rest of the evening until I go to bed, or until it burns down. I suppose I'm not actually altogether sure how long those candles last. It might actually burn out. I might have to light a second one at some point in the evening. That's not something I've necessarily done before, but I felt called to do it when I realised that the sun was going to be setting soon. I just suddenly thought, yes, I need a candle to see me through the night. Ideally, I would love to leave a candle burning all night, but for safety reasons and that I might not. As you can see, I've moved my Christmas tree over here. I do call it a Christmas tree because I do celebrate Christmas. Not as a Christian, obviously, but the story of the birth of Christ to me just fits in very nicely. It's some very evocative symbolism for me. It's meaningful to me. It has a different sort of meaning and a different sort of importance to me than it does to Christians, obviously. And I don't like to kind of bandy that about too much to people who actually are Christian and have Christian beliefs, and because my take on it is very, very different. It's a totally different story to me, I suppose, is what I'm saying. But I don't kind of consider myself to not celebrate Christmas, or to only celebrate Christmas because of my parents do or anything. It has always been a major part of my spiritual experience and a major aspect of my connection to a feeling of reverence and the divine and stuff like that. And the Christmas tree has always been really central to that for me. It evokes a particular sense of kind of awe and joy and reverence and devotion and stuff like that. Obviously it's really, really tiny one that I have this year. I don't have like a real tree this year. It's such a very small one, but yeah, I have that up beside my altar too. Oh, and while midwinter to me is the solstice, like midwinter is this night really and tomorrow, I also consider the period from tonight until the new year, until the 1st of January, to be the period of midwinter. So that's just sort of a midwinter seasonal kind of holiday for me, which encompasses Christmas. So yeah, I'm really, really rambling. I'm going to cut it off there for the moment. I'm actually feeling a little bit better now. Having sat down and spoken those words and lit that candle, I feel actually like a little weight is lifted off of it, so that's good. It would be nice if I was able to inject a little bit of joy into this ritual, as well as the sadness. I think it's important for me to acknowledge both the grief and the hope. They're both very important at this time of year, and like I say, rather fittingly, they're both very, very important things that are happening to me emotionally in my life right now too. So it's just about time for me to start doing my rituals this evening. I don't kind of have a specific start point. I plan to be sort of well into the ritual flow by the time the solstice actually happens at 11. So I was planning to do a bit with the altar and print out new images and stuff for the backdrop, but because I'm a bit tired and hungover today, I kind of just didn't really feel like it. So all I added was really a couple of slightly kind of Yule-ish things to the top bit of the altar, kind of along here. I also have actually gone ahead and added a little something to represent the new deity that I'm going to be working with or attempting to work with on my altar. Again, for some reason I feel like holding back on just naming him for the moment. It's no big sort of secret or anything, but I might talk about that after this ritual. I'm sort of just waiting for him to make himself known, and that if he does, and I feel like it's right, that I'll talk about it. But anyway, you actually really just can't even see what I've set up there at all from here. So yeah, so that's exciting, that I have changed that up, that I now sort of have that dual space down below there for two different male deities. I've definitely been feeling a need to incorporate more of the divine masculine into my spiritual practice a little bit. It's something that I really don't do an awful lot. So yeah, and then the chaos you see all around is just various bits and pieces that I might want during the ritual. I've got, you know, herbs and oils, my box of oils here, and I've got art supplies here, and my journal and tarot deck and oracle deck and herbs, and there's like various candles and paper and just, you know, anything that I might want to grab in the midst of the ritual. So I'm liking that idea. I mean, I'm perfectly happy to just sit and not do anything, not actually use any of the stuff, but I probably will at some point. I'm also putting together now, well, I already have a playlist of music that I generally play for the Midwinter thing. I used to have kind of a set playlist of music that I kind of had to like orchestrate my ritual around, just so that I could just set it going in the background, and I've always found that very restrictive. To have a sort of time limit on how long I spend doing various things. So what I'm just going to do this time is just set pieces going on a loop, and then if I want to change them or turn it off, or, you know, I can get up and stick on the music and turn it off as I feel like during the ritual. I think that's probably the best way to go about it. So yeah, as you might have noticed, I'm feeling a bit better now than I was earlier. I don't know if this works for other people, if I'm particularly bad for this, but in case it's something that you haven't really ever taken seriously, the way that I never took it seriously before, I would just give you this tip. When I am tired, I generally feel about 10 times worse about anything that is bad or upsetting in my life. And it has taken me 26 years to fully allow for the fact that if I'm feeling really miserable, if I'm feeling very sad about something, and I'm feeling tired, I should go for a nap or relax, or, you know, in some way recuperate, and preferably go for a nap, preferably actually lie down or even sleep if I'm that tired. And when I wake up or get up again, I will usually almost certainly feel much better. Food is another one. Sometimes eating will just perk me up and just create, just allow a more positive outlook to kind of come forth. So I've always discounted that, because when you're in the grips of feeling very sad about something, especially if it's something that you are genuinely very sad about, you know, there's nothing, it's not that you're going, oh, I don't know why I'm feeling so miserable. Like, you know why you're feeling sad. It's easy to kind of think like, oh, there's no getting out of this. This is just how I feel today. But I find that something as simple, you know, like obviously I will try things when I'm in that state. I will meditate, or I try to sort of raise my my kind of energetic vibrations in various ways and stuff like that. But when all those kinds of things fail, I still find that a nap often will just, you know, work wonders. So, you know, try that. Like it's powerful stuff. Sleep and food, it's powerful fuel for the body, for the mind, and for the heart. I really, really believe that. I don't think it's even necessarily that you're just cranky because you're tired, but just that you don't have the reserves necessary, the energetic reserves necessary to work through the emotion that you're experiencing and get to the other side of it, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's just something to bear in mind. So I'm going to go ahead now and settle down, gradually begin my ritual, and I don't think I've actually mentioned so far in this entire video, but I hope you all had or are having really, really wonderful solstice celebrations. Mine has been mixed so far, but I've got a good feeling about this ritual. I'm looking forward to tomorrow and the next couple of days, and I hope that your rituals in particular are nurturing and what you need. I'll probably pick up the camera again very briefly after ritual, and certainly again tomorrow morning again. So Hi guys, it's just before dawn, just a couple of minutes, and it's a very, very cloudy morning, so I'm not going to see much. It's already pretty bright. I'm going to sit out here for a while anyway. It's a bit drizzly, but it's quite mild, which is great. So yeah, I'm going to sit out here for a while. There's another person in the park this year because it's a Monday rather than a Sunday, which is a bit weird, but I don't mind too much because last year the clouds had cleared and we actually had, could see the sun at dawn, so I was quite happy to be here completely on my own in the park for that. But this year it's, like I say, a bit cloudy, so I'm really just here for, I don't know, ceremonial purposes rather than that I'm actually going to see anything at dawn. I didn't stay out very long this morning at dawn because, well, there was no sign of the clouds shifting at all and it started to properly rain. But it was nice to get out and be there for that moment anyway. So yeah, I've just done my usual morning devotions now. I also relit, lit a new candle, a sort of solstice candle, this time to mark the dawn of the day following the longest night. Yesterday would have been the shortest day, but personally I felt that today was the right day to do the sort of welcoming the rebirth of the sun. Makes perfect sense to me anyway, that the celebration of the sun should happen this morning after the solstice, after the longest night. Actually, today and yesterday are pretty much the exact same length. I think there's only seconds in the difference between the 2 days. Today's seconds longer than yesterday. So that's about it for my solstice celebrations this year. I'm going to be going for a run. If I was going for a walk, I would have brought the camera with me just to show you the park that I go to. But things I'm going for a run, I won't be able to do that. I'm going to do that probably in about an hour. I tend to leave my runs on days when I'm going for a run, kind of during weekdays. I tend to leave them until sort of after 10 o'clock, 10:30, because otherwise there's just, traffic and craziness. So yeah, I'm going to be going out to my parents' house in a while for Christmas. So I'm going to be packing up stuff and heading out there for a week or maybe even more. Probably. I might come back and forth a bit and yeah, we'll see. And then I might be meeting a friend at some point later on as well, which would be nice. Yeah, feeling a lot more stable now. I didn't actually turn on the camera after ritual last night because I was in a very kind of vulnerable, emotional kind of state, and it just didn't feel like a moment that needed to be shared, if you know what I mean. But it was definitely a very interesting ritual. I did indeed do a working, and I got out the oil pastels and did a picture and just generally kind of acted from the heart. I feel like I definitely poured out an awful lot that needed to be processed and released and stuff like that. So yeah, it was an interesting one, different as usual. Every Sabbath for me is different. Every ritual will feel different. The ones at the dark and full moons will often feel somewhat similar to each other in feel and in how they go and stuff, but the Sabbaths are always much more emotionally charged, and they will just sort of go whatever way I'm kind of feeling at the moment. I suppose they will just reflect my inner state. So I think I'll leave it there for the Sabbath vlog for this winter solstice, because I'd like to get the video up today on YouTube if possible. Again, I hope you all had a really, really wonderful solstice, whether you're in the northern hemisphere and you're celebrating the winter solstice, or you're in the southern hemisphere and you're celebrating the summer solstice, or maybe you're not celebrating the solstice at all. But I hope you had a wonderful day anyway. And I might actually I'll definitely bring my camera, and I might actually shoot little bits and pieces over Christmas and make a little Christmas vlog, but that just depends on whether I actually, make any videos, feel like there's anything that I feel like sharing over the Christmas period. So I will be posting a video. I've actually pre-recorded a video on my journals that I'll be posting kind of probably around the 1st of January or thereabouts. So you'll be hearing from me again then. But until then, have a wonderful Yule season. And I will be thinking of you all. I probably won't be online a whole lot between now and the new year, but yeah, I'm looking forward to coming back and after a bit of a break and a refresher, and you know, just giving myself a bit of a breather, a bit of a time to kind of recuperate and all that kind of stuff. So I'm looking forward to coming back with a bang. Oh yeah, also, one more thing, the Heart Story shop is closing today until the 1st of January. So just again to give myself a bit of a break and a breather. So yeah, I will see you guys again in January. Take care. Much love.